Morning students, let us start with the maths class for today. As we already did first chapter of the maths syllabus, that is integers. We have completed that chapter. Now we are heading towards the next chapter of the syllabus, which is fractions and decimals. But I have divided this chapter into two parts. First we'll be covering the fraction part, and then later on, after completing the fraction part, we'll be moving ahead towards decimals. So let us start. Though you have done fractions in class 6th also, but in class 7th you will see the different concepts related to it. Let's start. The very first thing we should know what is fraction. Okay, so when a whole thing is divided, let us see, when the whole thing is divided, what do you mean by whole thing? If I'm taking a rectangle, if I'm taking a circle, if I'm taking any shape, if I divide that shape into the parts, then each part of it is defined as fraction. Again I'm repeating, when a whole thing is divided into parts, then each part is defined as fraction. For example, in the above figure I have divided a circle. Can you see that? Into how many parts? 8 parts. Okay, now if I take one part of it, then that one part of it is called as fraction, and we denote it as 1/8 of the whole circle. Why? Because we have taken one part out of 8 part, that is why it is known as 1/8 part of a circle. Am I clear? So what is fraction? Again, fraction, the division of a whole thing into part, is known as fraction. Clear with this? Now let us assume that the above figure, it's a pizza. Okay, now if I take two slices means if I take these two slices, then what part of the pizza I have taken? That is 2 parts. Then what fraction of pizza I have taken? 2/8. So how many parts I have taken? 2/8 parts I have taken, or 2/8 fraction of it I have taken. Am I clear with this? If I take 5 slices, then what fraction? Yes, 5/8. Are we clear? So are we clear about the fraction? What is fraction? Fraction is dividing a whole thing into parts, and each part denotes fraction. Are we clear? Now let us take few more examples of fraction. 2/7, 8/9, 3/10, 11/8, 99/88, and etc. You can take any number of examples. Now let us move on to one more example. Let me take an example of a rectangle, and I have divided this rectangle into how many parts? Total 18 parts. How many parts? 18 parts I have divided this rectangle. Now if two parts are shaded, as you can see with the purple color, that I have shaded 2 parts, then what 2/18 part of the whole is shaded, or 2/18 fraction is shaded. Now if I shade 5 more parts, can you see by orange color? Then what are the total number of parts I've shaded? That is 2 plus 5, 7. So what fraction of the part I've shaded? That is 7/18 fraction of the part I have shaded. Are we clear? So you will see how many part is shaded, and upon total, the number of parts shaded, upon total number of parts. Are we clear? This is the formula. Okay, you can take it as a formula. Now let's move on to the next topic. Now we are talking about fractions again and again. Let's see how to represent a fractions. Fractions are represented by numerator by denominator form. Again, fractions are represented by numerator by denominator form. Hereby denotes division. Sorry for the disturbance. Here by denotes division part. Okay, or we can also say in one form, numerator upon denominator. Again, upon means divide. Okay, for example, if I'm considering 2 by 5, what is 2 called? Numerator. And what is 5 called? Denominator. Again, upper part is denoted as numerator and lower part is denominated as denominator. So how the fractions are represented? Fractions are represented in numerator by denominator form. There is one note, you need to know this, that numerator and the denominator must be a natural number. What? Natural number. The numerator cannot be negative, the denominator cannot be negative. If I'm writing, for example, minus 2 by 5, what do you think? It's a fraction? No, it is not a fraction. It is called rational number. We will see, this chapter is there, rational numbers. But what are rational numbers? What are fractions? There is a minute difference between fraction and rational numbers, that fractions in the numerators or denominators represented by natural numbers, but in rational numbers, numerator and denominators are denoted by integers. Are we clear? For rational numbers, integers; for fractions, natural numbers. Are we clear about this? Now, the next important topic is, first of all, you should know what are the types of fractions. If you know what are the types of fraction, then only you will be able to do other things. So let us start with the types of fraction first. Very first is proper fraction. What do you mean by proper? Discipline, in proper proportion, in exact manner. Like, similarly, the proper fraction means when numerator is smaller than denominator. Numerator is smaller than denominator. For example, 2 by 5, 4 by 5, 6 by 7, 8 by 10, 100 by 101, etc. Why? Because in each and every fraction mentioned as an example, the every numerator is lesser than the denominator. Hence, it is denoted as proper fraction. Are we clear? Next important thing is improper fraction. Now let us see what is improper fraction. Now, when a numerator is greater than denominator, what do you mean by improper? Which is not in exact position, not proper, right? Not in proper order. Hence, when your numerator is greater than denominator, we denote it as improper fraction. For example, 7 by 6, 5 by 2, 11 by 9, 2 by 1, 13 by 7, etc. Because in above examples, numerator is greater than denominator. There is one note, you need to remember this note, very important. All the natural numbers can be represented in the form of fraction, where denominator is always equal to 1. That even your natural numbers, they are also the fractions. But why the person is not considering whole numbers? Because in whole numbers, 0 is also there. If I represent 0 by 1, does it mean anything? 0 by 1 means 0 only. So have we considered any part of the fraction? No. So why we are considering 0? So that's why if we are not considering 0, we will always take natural number, because 0 plays no important role in this. 0 utility is included as 0. So when we are not included fraction, so why we need to include 0? Therefore, we will exclude 0 from this, and hence the series becomes the natural number. Are we clear? So do remember natural numbers. This is very important. Okay. Now, next important type is your mixed fraction. Let us start with the mixed fraction. Mixed fraction is always a combination. What do you mean by combination? The combining two things. Combination of a natural number and a fraction. So what is mixed fraction? A combination of natural number and a fraction. For example, 4 by 5, where 3 represents a natural number and 4 by 5 represents a fraction. Let us take one more example. 11 by 12, where 10 represents a natural number, 11 by 12 represents a fraction. So what are mixed fraction? The combination of natural number and a fraction. Are we clear? Now, note, very important. Mixed fraction can be converted into improper fraction. Let's see what is that. Let us see how to convert a mixed fraction into improper fraction. So let us take an example 3 4 by 5. Okay. 3 4 by 5. Now how to convert? First of all, what we will do, we will multiply the natural number with the denominator. So we will multiply the natural number with the denominator as I did it here. I have multiplied 3 and 5. What is the answer? 15. After multiplying natural number and the denominator, what we will do, we will add the numerator to the result. Okay, what is the numerator in the above example? 4. So what is the result? 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. So what is the total result now? 19. Now represent the result and the denominator in the fraction form. And what do you mean by fraction form? Representing numerator by denominator form. So what is the answer? 19 by 5 is an improper fraction of 3 4 by 5. This is a shortcut. Again, remind how natural numbers and the denominators are multiplied and then numerator is added, and numerator and denominator form is known as your fraction form, which is that is how we convert a mixed fraction into improper fraction. Now you might be thinking that if we can convert mixed fraction into improper fraction, then the improper fraction can also be converted into mixed fraction. Yes, you are absolutely right. Let us see now how to convert the improper fraction into mixed fraction. I have taken one example, very easy example, 17 by 6. It's an improper fraction. Why? Because numerator is greater than denominator. Are we clear? Now what we will do, we will divide 17 by 6. Okay, on division, what we have done, 6 2s is 12. So if we minus, we'll be getting 5 as the remainder. So 6 is called what? Divisor. 17 dividend, 2 quotient, 5 remainder. Now there's a very small shortcut for this. If we want to convert any improper fraction into mixed fraction, what we will do, we will represent the quotient as a natural number, okay, remainder as a numerator, okay, and the divisor as the denominator. Fine. So what is the mixed fraction of 17 by 6? 2 5 by 6. Okay, there is one more shortcut which I normally give. How to represent? Start from question. Okay, you have started from question. Now start a chain. Have we completed on divisor? So now what we will do, start writing 2. What is the next? 5. What is the next? 6. 6. So what is the mixed fraction? 2 5 by 6. Again, start from question, then remainder, then divisor. You will be getting the answer. Are we clear? Let's move on to the next topic. Your next topic is the last topic for today, that is your like fraction. Okay, let us start with the like fraction now. Fraction whose denominators are always same. What? The fractions whose denominators are always same. For example, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 7 by 5, 11 by 5, 10 by 5. Those 7 by 5, 11 by 5 and 10 by 5 are improper fraction because numerator is greater than denominator, but still since the denominators are same, we'll be calling them as the like fraction. What do you mean by like? Same. So what are like fractions whose denominators are same? There is no condition on numerator. Do you remember this? If for example I write 11 by 5, 11 by 6, 11 by 7, 11 by 8, and if you feel that they are like fraction, no, they are not like fraction because the condition is the denominator must be same. Okay, so do remember, if only denominators are the same, then only we'll be calling them as a like fraction. Okay, let us see now. Very important note on like fractions are very easy. Do remember, like fractions are very easy. We can do any operation on like fractions very easily. For example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Let's do it. There are two methods which normally I give in the class. One is a shortcut, okay, and one is the elaborated one where we take the LCM. For example, let us add 3 by 7 and 5 by 7. How to add? 3 by 7 plus 5 by 7. What is the answer? 8 by 7. Why have written 8 by 7? One method is just simply add the numerators. Okay, what is the numerator of 3 by 7? 3. What is the numerator of 5 by 7? 5. So what are the numerators? 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 is equivalent to what? 8. And then divide the whatever the numerator result you are getting by the denominator simply. So what is the answer? 8 by 7. This is a shortcut. Again I'm repeating, simply add the numerators and divide by the denominator. Another important method is the LCM method. What we will do, we'll take the LCM of 7 and 7. Very easy. What is the LCM of 7 and 7? 7 and 7 itself. LCM is 7. 7 divided by 7. 1. 1 multiplied by 3. 3 and 1. Same. 7 divided by 7. What is the answer? 1. 1 into 5. 5. 3 into 1. 3. 5 into 1. 5. 5 plus 3. 8. What is the answer? 8 by 7. Are we clear? So where are the two methods? You practice. Okay. Next, subtract. Subtraction is also easy. One method, just simply subtract the numerators, where this is called shortcut. Simply 11 minus 9. What is the answer? 2 by 12. Another method, again, take the LCM and divide. So what is the LCM of 12 and 12? Again 12. 12. 12 ones are 12. So 11 multiplied by 1. Now minus sign is there because minus sign is there. Now 12 divided by 12. What is the answer? 1. 1 into 9. 9. 11 minus 9. What is the answer? 2 upon 12. So 2 upon 12 is the answer. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing further types and how to solve unlike fractions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Let's continue the rest of the topics in the next video. Till now, take care and enjoy your learning. Thank you and good morning once again.